tuning in to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show with your host, Michael Carvelis.
Hello and welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. This is Daily Dive. I am your host, Michael Carvelis in Guyton, Georgia. Producer Joe is behind the scenes in Bandit Land, New York. We thank you for tuning in. It is Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. The time is currently 1:01 p.m. Eastern. We are live on 12 on Sports via YouTube and Twitter/X, which is what Elon Musk calls it. On today's awesome show, I'm going to react again to the Lax Mag's player poll, at least part one, because I'll do another one tomorrow. There were so many great topics to get to in that player poll. Also, I'll talk about how we are very excited for the Ottawa Black Bears. And of course, our predictions roll on with our 12th best teams this NLL season, and I'm ready for that. You are tuned in to Hype Up Month 2024, your favorite / only live lacrosse talk show in the universe. Is just heating up, and by heating up, I mean we are cooking some stuff and it's not drugs. We are cooking some awesome stuff you want to be a part of. Trust me, the next few days will be amazing. Reminder, you want to experience the best lacrosse league in the entire world, you've got to go to tickets.12onsports.com. It's tickets.12ozsports.com for the best prices on tickets, whether it be sports like the NLL, concert theater, or Broadway. We've got you covered. And thank you for listening on Spotify as well. Just search Daily Dive. Now, let's get into it. Another edition of me screaming at a TV. This time, the Lax Mag player poll is on the Mike Reacts graphic. Okay. I have got 3 questions with 3 polls here that I felt like I could talk about today, and then tomorrow we'll do some more. So one of the most intriguing ones is like one of the first questions right off the bat. What grade do players give Commissioner Brett Fruit? Brett Fruit's been in the NLL since 2022 now, I believe. Or the 23, I forgot, whichever one it is. Maybe actually 2023, I forgot. The point is, he's had like a year or 2 at this whole thing, and players can now start to see what he's implemented now in this whole deal. So what is the grade they give Brett Fruit? A B, as in baloney. 60% of players polled on the Lax Mag, which is 5 players from all 14 teams, which is 75 players, 60% said Brett Fruit. Now, I want to say this again because I feel like it's necessary. The NLLPA's player poll, I believe, has more important players, but it might not be as much players. And I could be wrong. Maybe Adam Levy can fact check me on that. But 75 players is a gigantic sample size. Thank you, Greg Cohen. Same, sir. But I thought it's interesting that 60% of players were pretty favorable. B is not just a passing grade. B is a very high grade, so I was very impressed with that, even though 8% gave him a D. Who cares? D is in donkey. All right, how about this? What team are the players most worried about? 10% aren't worried about any of the stability of any of the franchises. Okay. Unfortunately, 10% is not the majority. This is wild to me. 24% are worried about the Albany Firewolves, and they just were in the NLL Finals. I will say this, full disclosure, I'm a firm believer in the Firewolves. I love Glenn Clark. I love Alex Simmons and Ty Kurtz. I love Doug Davison. I love Dyson Williams. I think their social media has been on point. but they weren't even the top spots. The players are worried about the stability of Las Vegas. I'm shocked by that. I am shocked by that. At 25%. So the team owned, I think it was Steve Nash and Dustin Johnson and head coach / GM Sean Williams in Las Vegas. Was it because they switched to Henderson? I'm not sure. But I personally think that's a great move based on what my resident friend Aaron Crouch told me about that, as I mentioned on the previous show. But that's, what do the players know? Do they not know anything at all? Considering 15% of them said Rochester, I'm like, well, that just could be me having false reporting. Hey, shut up, I can take accountability, but yeah. And then here's another one, which did line up with the NLLPA player poll. Where do players want to expand to? 29% said Nashville, 22% said Montreal. Here's a good one. 7% said Tampa. Now, granted, that's probably farther away from me than it is like the Georgia Swarm, and that was 4 hours to get to, and I had a flat tire on the way back for crying in the sink. But Tampa, I would have loved if Kansas City had relocated to Charlotte. Tampa's another great thing. This is spam, sir. How dare you? It's not spam, but you get it. But yeah. The other website works too, tickets.12onsports.com. Regardless of that, Tampa, Florida, I know it's a bit south, but the fact 7% of 75 did say they like it is a pretty good deal to me. So I like it. Listen, the other questions we're going to get to tomorrow are, what do they think of the unboxed? And also, what do they think about penalties being called? And I have a lot to say about that tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. That's why I kind of broke this up. But yeah, we're still rolling. We're still going. Kevin Crowley's lacrosse ball and the mini trophy is looking at me. So we got to move on here. When we come back to this awesome show, we're going to get to the Ottawa Black Bears and how excited we are. How excited are we on this show? Don't go anywhere. I know you won't.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track with Dust Pods Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. Did you know that the Ottawa opener is as low as $33 on tickets.totalonsports.com? So you're welcome, and thank you to Michael Day on that one. Alrighty, it is time to talk about a segment, because this segment comes, and it's going to be interesting here, because the Ottawa Black Bears had a slogan, like a slogan challenge, a slogan vote. And one of the things they asked was, like what would it be? Like, what would the slogan be? There's a couple of them, and they even have a French version of it. I don't know what the French version of this is. Ours is not bear witness. What about Beary Excited? We're Beary Excited. The Riptide are now in Ottawa. And of course, you see, I think that's training camp stuff, I would assume. You got the Riptide, who are now the Black Bears. Don't let them fool you. They're still much the same team, even though there is a little bit of nice turnover on the roster, if I do say so. But a reminder for those of you that are new to the show, or new to even National Lacrosse League, for crying out loud, they were in Long Island as the New York Riptide. The fan attendance was poor, to say the least. The jerseys were amazing, even though they have, the seafoam green should definitely be a thing going forward. It was for another team, even though it probably won't be. I have heard the in-arena amenities were not that great from people who were at the game, but that's a story for another day. So they switched to Ottawa. Last year, about mid-season, we got that. They're going to become the Ottawa Black Bears. And I'll be honest, one of the great green flags of this so far has been the fact that they've been embraced by the Ottawa Senators. So it's good that they have the NHL team being a big brother here. Will they succeed not just this season, but in the future? Because obviously, stability is the issue here. I hope so, and I think they will, because the NHL team is there helping them out. I also think, for my own sake and for the sake of a lot of fans, I think the NLL will blossom in the next few years. I really believe that. I don't think we're going to get a scenario where the league is stagnant for much longer. And I'm not saying that based on inside information. I'm saying that from just as a fan of this league, who I will mention again briefly, I'm still a newer fan. And I've seen the growth even on social media, which to me is a big part of things. I've seen the fans' passion become more transparent. I see sixes becoming an Olympic sport in the next few years. It feels like, to me, the NLL will blossom and really explode if run correctly, which I do believe in Brett Fruit, and I think it will. There's still some stuff you got to weed through, but I think this thing is going to be awesome. So I think Ottawa is going to capitalize on that, in my opinion. Here's another thing. The ownership is not great, in my opinion. It's still the same ownership group, and it appears to me they are not the greatest. They are not the most amazing at fixing things. And we've talked about this on the show last year. But I think as they find probably an owner in the next, if it takes 5 years, if it takes 10 years, I think Ottawa Black Bears are in a good spot, and I think they'll be just fine. As far as the team this year, you're like, Michael, well, that's all great and that's all hypothetical, but we don't know what's going to happen, so what's going to happen this year? Good thing you asked. They've got Jeff Teat. They got Zach Higgins. They added Josh Courier. To me, this will be the Jeff Teat and Zach Higgins show. Obviously, the Black Bears will hope to have a good defense this year, which I think they'll be a better defense. This team obviously believes in Coach Dan Ladouceur, who we've had on the show, I believe in season 1, for crying out loud. I think this team, full disclosure, will make the playoffs. I do. And I know we're going to have our playoff predictions, which is going to continue to roll on next. But I do believe this team will make the playoffs. And I think they will be successful in Ottawa. I don't like the fact that we're crowding the northeast of North America. I think we can kind of branch out, which is why I like the Nashville thing, which is why I like the Tampa Bay thing. But for now, we're going to deal with what we got, and it's better than the PLL. How dare me take a shot at them for no reason. Yeah, by the way, the news on the ticker, remember I reported that Tyler Pace was likely to land on the holdout list? Well, protected player list is pretty much the same thing. So no one can take the guy. But yeah, Roughnecks are in shambles, which is why I had them at 14th. Okay, what about the 12th best teams in the NLL? Producer Joe and myself have unveiled ours in the we're going to unveil ours in the next segment. You don't want to go anywhere. We're going to wrap up the show next. Also, we'll look at the standings of our show so far. Thanks for watching. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You want to experience the best lacrosse league in the world? You got to go to tickets.12onsports.com. That's tickets.12ozsports.com. The best prices and tickets on sports like the National Lacrosse League. You've also got tickets to Concert Theater and Broadway, all right there. And yeah, check it out. You're going to love it. By the way, we have been unveiling our playoff predictions from 14 all the way to 1. We're going to do this whole thing. So here is number 12. You're like, Michael, you already did that for number 12. You were correct. That's fine. Producer Joe came around and put the Calgary Roughnecks number 12. I had them at number 14, winning just 2 games. But like I said before, it's a good thing I did the entire schedule prediction, okay? I had to do this myself, put pen to paper and just call it like I see it with my glasses on, okay? So here we go. My 12th ranked team is as follows. Winning 5 games. I know. Las Vegas, they're dogs. Unfortunately, there's only 14 teams. Unfortunately, some teams got to lose, and one of those teams will be the Las Vegas Dogs. Now, they do finish 5-13, like I said. So who do they beat? They will also win all 5 of their home games, like I said about the Wings. They will win their split against the Wings at home. That's their first win. They will beat the Seals. And remember last year that happened, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. They will beat the Georgia Swarm. They will beat the Rochester Nighthawks. And they will beat the Calgary Roughnecks late in the season to get to 5-13. So there you go. And now you're like, well, Michael, I mean, we're number 12. I didn't catch the last 2 shows. Hey, I got you again. You were amazing. You're here. Boom. Oh, that's pretty. So there's how it stands right now. Obviously, the next 11 days will be crucial. Because remember, last year, Producer Joe got 5 teams correct. I got 6 teams correct. I thought Albany would win 2 games. And they made the final. So obviously, we know something. We don't. That was just a really bad hype there. But yeah, that's our ranking so far. I've got Las Vegas, Philly, and Calgary. He's got Calgary, Georgia, and Las Vegas. So Georgia and Philly are the oddballs right here so far. And so I have not listed Georgia. He has not listed Philly. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how different it truly is. We want to thank you once again for tuning into this show. We promise you, we see your comments. You are amazing. You are awesome. We're going to keep this thing rolling as Hype Up Month will continue to roll on. So thanks for watching today's awesome show. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at DailyDiveLAX. Reminder, you are the bread, you are the butter, you are the ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. To my McDonald's. See what's funny about that? It's probably copyrighted. If you tuned in for the first time, please do come again and be sure to comment. For amazing guests, which we cannot wait to show you the next one we have on, and of course our previous guests so far this season, thank you for sharing your audience with us, giving us validity and relevance. For the baddest daddy in producing history, producer Joe, I'm your host, Michael Carvalho, saying see you tomorrow, same time, same place for a Hump Day edition. This has been Daily Dive.
Thanks for watching Daily Dive. See you next time.